LeBron James sitting there, he holding every single basketball record. I mean, every single one of them. And you're looking at a Kevin Durant and you're looking at a Steph Curry. But then when y'all say who the greatest, y'all talk about the guy that gave you some shoes and, gave you some warm-ups.
So where all this hate stems from? Where it all stems from, man? Bobby Knight said, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player ever. How you say that when your number one dude is in the league killing it? That hurt Isiah Thomas' feelings. Then Jordan gets drafted by the Bulls. Damn, that hurt too, because Isiah Thomas is from Chicago. He used to kill Detroit. Now he's in Chicago. Bobby Knight said he's the best, and he's one of the best stars in the game. And then you mad that you ain't get on the team. You can't go over there with that. How would the locker room would have been if he was on there? And I think one thing that really topped it, MJ stole Magic Johnson. They not gay or nothing, but remember you used to see Isiah and Magic kissing each other in the middle of the court? All of a sudden, Michael Jordan's his best friend. Off my chest today. Now, I done talked about this. We were done with this. We were done with this Isiah Thomas shit, man. Isiah Thomas, first of all, you don't know who Isiah Thomas is. You need your ass kicking. I'm not talking about the little dude that played for the Boston Celtics. I'm about the Isiah Thomas who played for the Detroit Pistons, was ruling in the 90s, well, late 80s, 90s with the bad boy Pistons. He was the leader of the team from Chicago. As a kid, he was one of my favorite players, period, man. I love me some Isiah. I love the Zeek Thomas doing his thing, man. But, he has a problem with MJ. I don't understand where this problem came from at first. I got it. I had to do some investigating. But I'm saying for years, he was saying Michael Jordan was the greatest player of all time. Even Michael Jordan's 4th or 5th year, he was on our senior. I was like, he's the best I ever seen.
In terms of his quickness, his strength, his jumping ability, his touch, and also his knowledge and understanding for the game. He by far, is the best I've ever seen. And Irvin's my boy, but, Air. Yeah. He's something else. Yeah. He real sweet. Yeah. I mean, the dude, you see what he be doing? Yeah. And it ain't like we in high school.
He says this on the show, and I'm like, okay. And they were still whooping the Bulls' ass. Well, anyway, I had to sit back and do some investigating on it because lately, Isiah Thomas pops up on another show. First of all, y'all need to stop putting this dude on shows and asking him about the GOAT because it changes every time he talks. Well, Magic Johnson's the GOAT, and you got Kareem. Kareem has all the points, and if LeBron passes, LeBron has all the points. So now he's trying to belittle MJ.
You guys are playing with arguably the greatest player to ever play, and excuse me when I say this, but y'all treat him like he ain't nothing. And I'm talking
wow.
Right? Y'all act like, y'all, instead of pubbing y'all era up, y'all go back and say, our era was the greatest. Oh, Michael Jordan was the greatest. Nobody could ever be greater than Michael Jordan, right? Okay, and then you turn around, but in your era, LeBron James sitting there, he holding every single basketball record. I mean, every single one of them. And you're looking at a Kevin Durant and you're looking at a Steph Curry. But then when y'all say who the greatest, y'all talk about the guy that gave you some shoes and, gave you some warm-ups.
Damn! You gonna belittle this dude because you don't like him? And he called me an asshole. You were an asshole, bro. You were an asshole, bro. You the rock thrower. You will say slick shit and be laughing like it's okay, nigga. No, not cool. And I'm saying, I'm a fan, bro. I'm watching you, man, but you a little sneaky motherfucker. You gotta say something. They say, appreciate what you got. You got LeBron, you got Durant, you got Curry. Yeah. Curry, I can see people respecting Curry. Curry's with the same team that drafted him. Curry's breaking records. He changed the game forever. He's one of the greatest players ever. Love LeBron and love Durant. But it's some, would you, compared to Mike, between them two, you can't follow really Durant because you don't know what team he gonna be on. And LeBron, 23rd year, man. What the fuck? We done did everything. Well, he got all the records. Yeah, he got all the good records and the bad records. Most missed free throws, most turnovers, all that. Love all them dudes, man. And I understand, but we have the right, people have the right to like what they like. He trying to say, no, don't like Michael Jordan, whatever, man. They were saying they were liking Kareem or they like Magic, he wouldn't have nothing to say. So where all this hate stems from? Where it all stems from, man? Isiah Thomas won the NCAA in I think 80-81. Bobby Knight, Coach Bobby Knight. MJ now won in 82. In 84, Isiah Thomas already in the league. His coach, Bobby Knight, coaches the Olympics. Bobby Knight said, Michael Jordan is the best basketball player ever. How you say that when your number one dude is in the league killing it? That hurt Isiah Thomas' feelings. Then Jordan gets drafted by the Bulls. Damn, that hurt too, because Isiah Thomas is from Chicago. He was Chicago. They loved Isiah. They were mad at him because he went to Indiana and not DePaul like Mark Aguirre, but that's something else. So he like, yeah, he's still Chicago. He's still the Chicago kid, but MJ is taking the city over. Then, All-Star game, 84. They freeze out MJ, supposedly. I think back to it like, who would want to do that? Magic Johnson don't play. He don't play on the East Coast. George Gervin didn't play on the East Coast. Larry Bird don't give a damn. Dr. J don't care. Who else would want to freeze you out if that was the case? And then, I saw them early games. I went to the stat before the Jordan rules kicked in. MJ, he hit these guys early. February 12, 1985, Mike hit him for 49. That was a career high for a long time till he got the Boston Celtics joint. January 3rd, 87, he hit him for 47. Then he gets 61 in March of 87. Then he gets 59 points. April 88, that was Easter. I remember that game. He used to kill Detroit. And he was getting all the pop. Everybody was loving this guy. Now, he's in Chicago. Bobby Knight said he's the best, and he's one of the best stars in the game. Isiah was mad. Isiah didn't like that shit. Isiah didn't like it, so they orchestrated the Jordan rules. They consist on knocking him on his ass every time he touched the basketball because they could not stop this dude. He had really no help. Yeah, when Scottie Pippen came, Scottie Pippen was a rookie. Scottie Pippen couldn't, in 88, Scottie Pippen couldn't do nothing. 89, he was okay. He just got the starting spot from Brad Sellers. Then in 90, he had the migraine. They kicked the Bulls' ass for 3 years, bro. 3 years. And it's like, okay, you guys are winning, but y'all winning dirty. The Bulls finally beat him in 91. They beat him in 91, and Isiah decided to be a little jackass that day because he didn't want to shake his hand. Not knowing they're picking the dream team that day. And then you mad that you ain't get on the team. You can't go over there with that. How would the locker room would have been if he was on there? And I think one thing that really topped it, MJ stole Magic Johnson. They not gay or nothing, but remember you used to see Isiah and Magic kissing each other in the middle of the court? All of a sudden, Michael Jordan's his best friend. Michael Jordan's his best friend because Isiah Thomas is out the loop. I know Isiah Thomas hated that. But then Isiah Thomas said some stuff about him too. He like, oh, when Magic Johnson had the HIV, well, I don't know what they doing in Los Angeles. Like, what? This supposed to be your boy. What he said about Larry Bird. If he was just a black player, he'd just be a regular dude. Scottie Pippen didn't like him. Karl Malone knocked him on his ass. He walks around smiling, everybody's supposed to be cool with that shit. So the other day to hear him like belittle Michael Jordan's legacy, all he did was sell some shoes. You're making yourself look bad, bro. That was 30-something years ago, and you still can't get over that. I say, go in your cave, be cool with your legacy, because you're still one of the greatest players of all time, and just let it be. Because every time they put the camera in front of him, he trying to say something slick and like be like little shiesty. This is why nobody like your ass. Still one of my favorite players, man. But damn, man, as a human being, as a sports personality, bro, damn. Shady, bro. Shady. You got upstage and you can't deal with it. He call you asshole and hey, so what? You knocked him on his ass. You try to take him out. You try to take Scottie Pippen out. And then you say he was the best player of all time for a long time. So now he's number 8. You got LeBron James. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got Magic Johnson. You got Larry Bird at 4. You got Bill Russell at 5. You got Wilt Chamberlain at 6. Shaquille O'Neal at 7. Michael Jordan at 8. Tim Duncan at 9. And Kobe Bryant at 10. You just mad, bro. You can see it on the thing. You see it on the top 75. And Mike coming in and Magic is standing there, and you see Isiah just standing straight like, man, they ain't talking to me, man. Bullies don't like that. You bullied MJ for a long time. So when he get a chance to come back on, people don't like that shit. When you called out on your bullshit, people hate it. You had called out and you lost. Take the L, man, and be cool with it, bro. Let it go. Let it go. Y'all never be cool. Y'all ain't gonna never be cool. Next segment.